Generally, introverts are the ones intimidated by large crowds and noises. However, things get reversed occasionally. It's becoming a common theme for people to feel intimidated by introverts, but why? According to reports, 50% of Americans consider themselves introverts. A recent study has shown that introverted teachers are often more successful at fostering effective learning environments that encourage critical thinking. According to a University of Illinois study, in contrast to extroverts, introverts were better at coming up with fresh ideas when given time to mull them through. It has also been revealed that the introvert personality type offers a wide range of strengths and abilities. With all this, it's clear that introverts wield powers, even in their silence and tendency to avoid people and unfamiliar places. However, this behavior often intimidates some people, and in this video, we'll show you 7 ways introverts intimidate people. Number 1. Disdain for social norms. Introverts are notorious for not caring about social norms and pressures, which can be terrifying. Why? Because it means you can't predict what they'll say or do when placed under certain conditions. Introverts do not see themselves as part of the crowd, therefore they aren't overly concerned with social norms, making them mysterious. And do people fear what they can't predict? You bet. Number 2. Good at reading people. Introverts in general are astute observers and are able to catch up on details that extroverts generally miss. They can read people like a book and are impervious to persuasion and deception. This gives introverts a sense of power that they can utilize to frighten away prospective exploiters. Although introverts are adept at reading minds, it's difficult to understand or read what's going through an introvert's head, making them more intimidating. Number 3. Their reflective nature makes them appear standoffish. People often consider introverts as prideful people because they appear remote and aloof. This is because they are so in tune with who they are that they don't need constant stimulation or outside validation to be happy. So while they are preoccupied with their hobbies, it's often the case that they give the impression that they don't appreciate the people around them. In worst case scenarios, this may come off people who are difficult to approach. Number 4. They are mysterious. Sometimes you might see someone in a corner by him or herself smiling quietly and thinking, "I'd like to get in on that private joke." That's the mystery that often surrounds introverts. They have a peculiar aura around them that people desire to understand. However, they will never fully understand them. Because of this, introverts are both tremendously fascinating and terrifying. It's understandable why the more outspoken and noisy members of our society have such difficulty understanding them. You can learn more about yourself in general here on Psych Me Up, so remember to click the subscribe button and leave a comment below. Number 5. They think outside the box, making them very creative. Researchers Gregory Feast and Mihaly Csikszentmihalyi found that often the most brilliant innovative individuals in various disciplines are introverted. The study also proposed that this is probably due to their tendency for solitude, which is necessary for raw creativity. Nobody enjoys being alone like introverts do. They truly value their quiet and undisturbed time, which enables them to access their imagination, ask deep questions, and exercise their creative faculties to the fullest. Number 6. They are good listeners. There's no doubt that in today's extroverted environment, people tend to love the sound of their voices more than anyone else's. Every day feels like a yelling match where nobody wants to listen. This makes it extremely attractive when you find someone eager to listen. True introverts listen more than they speak, and not just that, they listen with the intention of understanding. Such a trait often makes them come off as weird, which is intimidating. Number 7. They are intrinsically motivated. More often than not, internal convictions drive the behavior of introverts rather than surface-level external motivations, like reward and recognition. Such people are aware of their goals, identity, and most important, values. Anyone who is enthusiastic, self-driven, and inspired by higher ideals is obviously alluring. But that's not all. This also means that it's harder to manipulate them since you don't know what motivates them, thus making it harder for an opponent or rival to attack. In conclusion, while extroverts intimidate by what they say, introverts prove that silence is equally effective. You can learn more about yourself in our next video. See you there.